Good morning. It is very early, 7:15, and we're on our way into the town. And we're passing this place again. You can barely see it now, but there's all of this little plaques on the walls. We saw it last time. I think we figured out it seems to be like a memorial to horses that have passed away. It's very strange. It's very overgrown now in bits, so I'm not sure it's still being used, but there's all these little plugs seem to be names of horses. Yeah, we're gonna get into town way too early now, so because we had to come so far out of the moors to find anywhere, and you can see it. Everything is not particularly flat, and there's a lot of downed trees on the way down, like the one that Brian's standing behind. And we don't like camping anywhere near downed trees unless they're down. But the wind left us alone. I mean, we found a sheltered enough spot, so I don't know whether the wind forecasts weren't as bad, the winds that came weren't as bad as forecast, or whether we actually got lucky with our spot. But it was a fairly peaceful night, but a very slopey night. I had about 2 inches of space in the morning when I woke up because everything ended on top of me, including the husband. Yeah. All in all, not a bad night. It wasn't a disaster that we didn't make it down in time. And there's Innerleithen. So if we had just abandoned the Southern Upland Way last night and just gone and rolled down this hill, we could have made it in time. There we go. Southern Upland Way going left, but we are not. We're going right into town. Yeah, this is something, maybe somebody from Scotland can explain that to us. So, I probably can't read it, but around towns, like it happened around Melrose, it happened around Galashiel, all the signposting changes to kilometers. Outside of the towns, it's in miles. Does anybody know why that is happening? It just seems very odd. I mean, not one or the other, but, you know, the change. There we go. Crossing the River Tweed again. I've been following that all the way from Melrose. Ah. Oh yeah. There's some people camping down there. Because we were, all of last night we were saying, I mean, we know there's flat area here. So worst case scenario, we'll have to push all the way through to here. I'm glad we didn't have to in the end.
Hello, pigeon.
And there's a pigeon in a tree. So, this is Tweedside Caravan Park. And this is what they call a basic pod. Carpet.
Yeah.
Kettle.
Yeah.
Actual bed type things. A TV. And a fridge. Last time we stayed here 7 years ago, basic was like what we stayed in Burness, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was a wooden shed with a floor, and that's what we thought, that's good enough for us. We just want to stay out of the wind and everything. This is like luxury. We spend the day fruitfully doing the laundry, buying some resupplies, getting pizza, getting drinks. And now we're admiring the speed at which these clouds are moving. Look at that.
Well, hi, dears.
They're really far. It's not down here. It's not windy at all. And it's just absolutely zooming across the sky. Weird. Tonight's supposed to be a blood moon. So we might have to sneak out at some point in the night and see whether we can actually capture that or
It's
not.
like 7:30 till 9:30, so it's not that late.
Oh, is it?
9:55, I think it
Ah,
finishes.
okay.
Or
Well,
allegedly.
by that time it's not even dark here. Just. Nope. No moon of any colour. Time to wrap this up. No moon. Good morning. We have left the beautiful town of Innerleithen at 9 in the morning, having sorted all our nonsense out. And we are now walking back towards the trail via this woodland walk, because when we walked in on the road and we kept looking over this little wall and thinking there's like a really nice trail through woodlands and stuff that seems to be paralleling this road. So when we came in and we saw that sign, we were like, yeah, we didn't see it on the other end, but this goes all the way into, well, basically where that war memorial is that I filmed. So we're walking out a slightly nicer way than along the road on a Monday morning. Innerleithen is well worth a stop, actually. I mean, the campsite has laundry. That's why we went there, because we are not sure there's anywhere else on the trail, with the exception of Sanka, where you can actually wash clothes. So, yeah. But between last time we were here, like in 2018, in April, and now, I must say, there's so many more services now available in Innerleithen. There's loads of little pubs and cafes, tons of cafes. On the way in yesterday, we stopped at the Truckware Arms Hotel for breakfast. Met the owner there, who was a hoot, because we were too early, so we went there before we went to the campsite. Yeah, but there's little pubs and breweries and tap rooms and everything, but it is 99% a town for cyclists. It's like loads of cycle paths, like national cycle paths, go through there, and there's no less than 3 bike shops in a town the size of Innerleithen. So yeah, they're very much geared towards cyclists, but you can get everything you want, normal stuff as a hiker as well. There we go. This is where the trail spits you out, right opposite the memorial. But on this side it's not labelled as anything, so we didn't realize you could just walk through there. But yeah, this is where we came out yesterday.
20 kilometers to
Tibby Shields, yeah. That's the pub by St Mary's Loch.
Oh, okay.
So this is us. Now, 50 minutes it took us to get here, stopping in a bike shop to buy some electrolytes. And we're now officially back on the trail. There's Truckware Kirk. Pretty little church. And we think this is roughly where we're up there, finally leaving the road.
No pass!
First problem of the day. This gate is being guarded viciously. Listen, Fluff, I need to undo that hook there.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you go fly. And you're not yet ready to fly.
Yeah, he's not moving. Just take it.
Yeah.
He moves suddenly.
Oops. Sorry, baby. Oh, sorry. All his morning effort undone by one hiker. Absolutely beautiful weather today. Just about still see Innerleithen down there. Well, our keys for the day. I think a lot of people couldn't find that one because they've made it really obvious. I'm not going to show how really obvious, but yeah, really obvious. Now, how this thing opens, I don't know. Ah, look at that. It opens like that. Whew. More shiny coins. Spooky woods. There's loads of these little red mushrooms everywhere. Like proper scattered over every little. And now we've got a ton of white ones. Everywhere again. This is beautiful. If you like mushrooms, that is. They've just been spat out by the forest. Unsurprisingly into an area where Brian is buying and doing up houses. It is absolutely beautiful here. And there's a
tower. Or what left of the tower?
Yep. Probably the wind probably took it away, but Brian was pointing to what is left of the tower. There is a it's one on the far end of St. Mary's Loch in a good condition, but this one's sort of its twin, but obviously it has seen better days. It's nice to be out of the forest again. The forest was pretty, but it was very damp. Really tall grass, and I don't know whether it's just because it's a forest, so obviously it doesn't dry out so quickly, or whether the rain came down really heavy here last night. But yeah, our boots were proper wet. Well, we're hoping this is Southern Upland Way because the signposting just disappeared. We think we saw a signpost further up the hill ahead of us. Or a post. Oh yeah.
Yo, good. People have been going now, maybe there's a camp spot down there.
Yeah, there's a distinct lack of signposts around here in this little bit. It's just there was a really obvious junction before with an obvious path to the right and an obvious path to the left and a tiny path going straight, which is the one that we're on.
Yeah.
But that's the direction in which we think we saw a post.
It's an adventure. As they say. About 5 miles left, we think.
There's St. Mary's Loch.
It's hiding. And that's, if you can still see what it used to look like. It's handy to take the backpack off, but yeah, very pretty. Through the gate. Don't bring your kids there. Not the safest building. Just hope nothing falls on me. That's what it looked like. We shall go up there. I don't have face scope, but I'm starting to get it. Yeah, it's quite windy up here. Wow. You can see the lock just down there. And you can see Heidi just there. And that's the direction we've come from. And there's the backpacks down there. Wow, they look small. Coming to the end of the walk today. Sun's really nice, but the wind's quite chilly. Yeah.
Finally down at the loch. Well, we've been at the loch for a while, but now we're down at the actual loch side. Glorious light today. And the wind has, for now, calmed down a bit. That was really chilly earlier. I mean, really chilly. We were, back in 2018, we were wondering what these things were. Couldn't quite figure out what kind of fishing would have been done around here that uses stuff like that. We've since learned this is some kind of an art installation, apparently. And here is some rain that was definitely not forecast. So this is us. We have had some dinner stroke lunch. We are looking extremely unhappy for some reason.
Cold.
It is chilly, yeah. And we're set up pretty much where we were set up 7 years ago.
With a different tent.
With a different tent.
Same colour, I think.
It was dark green, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, we stopped really early today, like, because we got here, and the next thing that happens is a steep climb out up a hill,
And then a 6-mile walk.
and that wind is really chilly and quite
We
strong.
probably would have done the hill. We wouldn't have done a 6-mile walk.
Oh no! I mean the hill. Yeah, we just don't. It's the usual story. We weren't sure whether we could camp anywhere up there. We can't quite remember any of that hill. We think it was quite ridgy, so chances are not very much. But mainly, this wind, the gusts are far stronger than we expected.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not.
We're down and low.
Yeah, it's not like problematic, but yeah, didn't fancy being up in a hill in this weather.
Yeah, cold.
In this cold. So yeah, this is us, St. Mary's Loch. Beautiful spot as always.
And there's this spot. We haven't been around yet, but you get loads of like poetry stuff around here.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say don't camp. People have fires here.
Yeah,
camp
there's
here.
a lot of evidence of, well, in fact, just literally where we're camped, where we're parked, where we're pitched. That's the word. There's one there. There's a further one down there somewhere. There's loads further down the shoreline. There's a big one and that sort of thing. Obviously.
Well,
the
wind is pretty good because it keeps the midges over here at the moment.
There is that. Yes.